Ahoy! This is Harry Hansen reminding you to like and subscribe to the show on YouTube by going to youtube.com at the Get On With It podcast and clicking the subscribe button. Or just search YouTube for the Get On With It podcast and leave out the spaces. Either way, it's as easy as falling off a log. Thanks a bundle.
Jimmy Jungle ran up through a dribble, but now you're going to slobber and you're crying in the middle of a topic. Benihana. Hachi, hooky, boogie, mozzarella, itchy poo. Reading around the collar, heavy betting up the shoe. You're reading for lasagna on Wonder Woman with Madonna.
All right, everybody, welcome out to the Get On With It Sports Show. It is Wednesday, February the 4th, 2026. Jersey Johnny coming at you with me, as always, none other than Mr. Radio Pete and Mr. Harry Lug Nutz. Say hello, gents.
Hi, everybody.
Greetings.
And salutations. How is everybody on this fine evening?
You know,
Well,
I could complain, but no one listens.
Who would listen? Yeah, exactly.
I'm ready to not be cold anymore.
Yeah, I'm agreeing in there with you there.
I like enough is enough already.
Yeah, you guys have had a
I'm-
really rough go of it.
It's been
What the fuck are you doing over there, John?
Speaking of ice.
Speaking of ice,
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
And it hasn't been like I grew up upstate where it snowed and then the snow stayed on the ground for the winter. You know, it wasn't
Right.
brutally cold all the time, but it wasn't like here on Long Island where it snows and then 2 days later it melts. Even for me, I'm sick of it now. It's literally been weeks where it barely, gets over 30 degrees.
yeah, it's ridiculous. Like the first time it got over 30 degrees here from before it snowed, right, was the other day, like 2 days ago. Well, Monday, I think it was Monday or Tuesday.
And it's going to
Monday.
be like another week till it gets to 30, 3 or 34.
Mm-hmm.
And Donna was going, well, by comparison, 32 or 33 or 34 when compared to 19 is nice. And I'm like, yeah, that's the first 4 minutes you stand outside. And then it's not so nice anymore.
And it's not so nice, right? Exactly.
Other than that,
so I just
Feeling
had
good.
to. Sorry
All
about
right,
the.
that's
Sorry
Old
about the.
Man Weather Report. Old Man Weather Report was brought to you by Ben Gay.
I gotta
Ben
tell
Gay,
you,
when it's cold outside and you need to shovel the walk. Ben Gay.
It's actually brought to you by.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say it's actually brought to you by. I'm having a little bourbon from Garden State Distillery, and it's called
Supercock? Proper
Proper
cock.
cock. I
Proper
thought it was
Cock.
super too. Yeah.
Super cock.
Well, whatever turns you on there, buddy.
It's an old-fashioned proper cock. There you
Well,
go.
Old
You know,
fashioned. Fashion, not
as long
fashion.
as it's an old-fashioned, probably.
Yeah, it's not old-fashioned. It's old-fashioned.
Old fashioned.
Yeah.
I think they left
As
off
the
I-
kids say.
That's
Well,
right.
Apparently, they don't have ED. So there you go.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Old-fashioned ones did, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Got a
what
bow
some of
tie.
our
It smells
audience
like Old
does.
Spice.
This is very true. Man.
That stuff isn't going to help.
Yeah.
If you've got ED, don't drink this.
Unless you dip your cock in it.
Yeah. Then you'll have
Only
an
properly.
old-fashioned super cock.
Yeah.
Proper cock.
Old-fashioned super cock.
So,
Anyway.
4 days away from the Super Bowl.
We are.
Yippee-yi-yo, Kaye.
It's just- I
another
don't think
thing
I've been
I'm kinda-
less interested in the Super Bowl ever.
I'm kind of looking forward to not talking about football, at least for a couple of weeks.
I'm kind of
I said
like
this in the
maybe
last
not going to
show,
watch
too.
the
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
you're not wrong. I'm kind of not. I'm not over it. I'm never over talking about football, but yeah, Harry, you're not wrong either. There have been some Super Bowls that I've anticipated less or looked forward to less. Not that I'm looking forward to this by any means, but this, if those ones rated a 0, this is like a 0.5. How's that?
Yeah, what was it? What was the World Series a couple of years ago? The Texas Rangers and the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yeah,
or
Rangers
something like
Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
that.
about.
Yeah, this is how I feel about this.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
See,
Fair
I'm a
enough.
little bit more excited than you guys because of
You got your Sam
Seattle.
Bradford Darnold in it.
Well, I got my Sam Bradford Darnold in it, SBD, as his friends call him. So I got my Sam Bradford Darnold in it. And also, I did live out in Washington State for a brief period, and I have a little bit of affection for the Seahawks.
There you go.
But
I'll tell you what, man.
and look,
the Seahawks are a really good team who
Patriots are
probably
fine.
have not had enough media coverage all year.
That's for sure. That's definitely for sure.
So-
This proper cock is pretty good, actually.
There you go.
Mhm.
Well,
As
good.
it probably
All right.
should be.
See how many callbacks to the proper cock we can have.
There you go.
Yeah. These streams may be taken down
Yes.
as soon as we're done.
No. Everything's rated, 18 plus, so we can say. And look,
Oh yeah, that's true.
that's what it is.
We do have to check the little toggle on the kids should not watch this show.
Kids should not watch the show.
And maybe they should. It's the only way they're going to learn about,
Yeah, that's true.
It's not
The harsh realities of life.
how great David Wright was.
And I'm glad you said that, because I just got 1.5 things, if you will. Just touch on baseball really quick before we get into the beef of tonight's show, right? So if we got a baseball theme for the moment.
Just
we're going right-
continue.
you wanna start
Just
with the
continue, and graphics will catch up to you.
There
Let's
you
go.
go. So I just want to say, we're talking about the weather. It's cold. It's freezing here. It's worse here. It's worse here in Jersey and Long Island than it is out in Denver by Harry. But
Well, it always is, yeah.
and talking, and Pete, you said before, the snow stuck around and everything. It's not like it does in Long Island. Like a couple of days later, it's melted, or like it does in Denver later that day, it's melted. But whatchamacallit. But on that note, to make everybody feel a little more warm and fuzzy, pitchers and catchers have reported, and spring training is not in full force yet, but it's ramping up. So baseball is on the horizon. Hope will spring eternal soon. Let's put it that way.
I just hope they don't the baseball itself doesn't screw things up with some stupid, wacky whatever they like to do.
Right. I hear. I hear.
Listen, it's primed for everyone who doesn't love the Dodgers must hate the Dodgers now, right?
That's where we're at.
Every other fan who is not a Dodgers fan, who is a baseball fan, will now hate the Dodgers and want them to lose and never win again.
Exactly.
So
everybody roots for their team until their team is out of it, and then they root for whoever the Dodgers.
Unless they play the Blue Jays or the Red Sox, or the Orioles, or the Rays, or
until further notice, they're the champions. And
well, let me ask you a question there, Harry. Seriously, if the World Series this year happens to be the Dodgers versus either the Blue Jays, the Rays, the Orioles, or the Red Sox, you're rooting for the Dodgers?
Yeah.
All right.
The Red Sox.
So that just proved proves the theory there.
I gave the Red Sox a little bit of grace when I first, when I wanted them to win their first World Series, and since then they're just I can't stand them, and that's going back a long ways. The Red Sox aren't going to be there anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No.
But the Blue Jays, the way they handled all the bullshit with Big Papi and the Yankees lose, fuck them, and I'm glad Bo Bichette left. I don't like the Blue Jays.
So am I.
Yeah.
Me too.
As you can imagine.
Well, I know you guys are happy, yeah, because you guys have an owner who doesn't have a hard cap at $304 million.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and more importantly, he's letting the guy that he hired to run the team, it seems like, actually run the team.
Oh, God. I mean, if you listen to Mets fans for 2 months there, you would think he was, like stabbed Lee Mazzilli on the subway or something.
Listen,
They almost did, really. Right?
I will be as happy as anyone else to be proven wrong.
And
right.
we got a comment here. That somebody's rooting for the Expos, actually.
Yeah, Expos were a good team. Did they just get defunct, or did they actually become somebody else?
They're the Washington Nationals.
That's right. That's right.
Expos are the Nationals. Yeah. So
Wait,
go Expos.
So Dave,
other than
root for the Nationals.
Other than one brief, season with Jaden Daniels, is there a worse city to be a sports fan in right now than the District?
Yeah, probably not.
Well, I mean, you could say
Cleveland. No, because they get the.
You could, listen. I think you could say New York, in the sense that.
Well, but the Yankees and Mets are at least good.
Yeah,
Yankees
but we almost got there and didn't.
Well, but that's better than having the worst basketball team. One of the worst.
Is it?
I guess the Capitals are good, but yeah.
If everybody just sucks, then you go, okay, everybody sucks.
No, trust me,
that's bad. But that's like sort of the eternal question that people have, right? What's better? Not even get close.
No, you don't want to have. You don't want to have the worst.
Get on the cusp and then not get there.
It's horrible.
Yeah, we should go around. Not tonight by any means, but we should do a little digging, if you will, and figure out what the worst city is for all the
but historically one of the best. Especially when you combine. I mean, the thing now with DC and Baltimore is that I think there's oversaturation in that market of pro sports teams. So but historically, going back, not that long ago, yes. The world does go back prior to 2001.
Really?
Yeah.
But nothing.
Really what a great small market, sports town. Yeah. But not so much in those last few days.
Not so much in the last little bit. So also on that note, on a baseball note, we mentioned a couple weeks ago, Carlos Beltran was chosen to go into get enshrined in Cooperstown in the Baseball Hall of Fame this year. He has decided he will go in as a New York Met.
Wow, you guys must be so proud.
Pete?
maybe.
I wanted him to go in a trash can as an Astro.
No. I want his bust in the hall to be him. Part of his shoulders with a bat.
Yeah,
just sitting there,
sitting in a garbage can.
I think,
and a ball a little further out. By him.
Now they get to make a speech, right?
Oh, God.
So I think when he walks up, there should be like a guy in a ball boy uniform following him, banging on a trash can as he walks up to the lectern there. I think that would be awesome.
Who did Beltran play for? What, 4 teams?
4, yeah. He played for the
Stros.
He played for this. Well, no, 1, 2, 3, 5 teams.
5 teams. Because didn't he play for Kansas City?
He played for Kansas City first, then the Mets, then the Astros, then the Yankees, then
Yankees, then Astros.
Yankees and Astros.
No. He was with the Astros after the Yankees. Yeah.
Or maybe went back and forth.
I don't know.
I forget it was. I think his last knows the answer for real.
I think his last year was with the
all right. So congratulations to Carlos Beltran. What's your half thing on baseball, John?
No, that was the half.
That was the half. Okay.
The half thing was the pitchers and catchers.
What's the full? Oh, okay.
All right, that's it.
There you go.
So we're moving on to are we doing quickie and then
we football? Got just a quickie, yeah, because it's NFL. So we're moving on to football, and we're going to start.
Who's the girl with the sunglasses on in that graphic?
Some chick whose picture popped up on the interwebs when I typed in just a quickie.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if it was the first picture, but it was the best of a bunch.
It was the best of a bunch. There you go. Yeah. Gotta love it. All right. So today's just a quickie is NFL history. So,
NFL history.
I'll be back in a little bit.
So I'll take Steve Grogan for 200.
I'll say Chad Pennington.
You're both right. All right, next
touchdown.
The answer is Bart Oates.
The answer is Bart Oates. It is actually. How did you know that? That's so weird. Anyway, all right. So it's one question in 3 parts, but so here we go. Who played? You can rapid fire these. You don't need to.
Well, you can rapid fire them.
I'll rapid fire. You rapid fire back. Who played in the first ever NFL playoff / championship game?
Giants and Bears?
Close. I'll explain why in a minute, but
it wasn't the Giants. It was New York something else. And
I'll say the Dolphins and the Chargers.
I thought it was the Titans. The Titans and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
One of my New Year's resolutions is if I'm going to be wrong, I'm going to be as wrong
as wrong as possible. It was the Texans and the Titans.
Yeah.
It was
All right.
Inter Milan
and the Argonauts.
That's right.
and John McEnroe.
And there you go. All
Who
right.
was it, John? Tell us.
So in the first planned NFL playoff / championship game, Harry was right. It was 1933, and that was the Chicago Bears versus the New York Giants. But that wasn't the first one. The first one was the year before, because up until 1932,
it wasn't the NFL.
It was the NFL, but they didn't. The winner, the champion of the league, was whoever finished at the top of the roster.
Yeah. So they didn't even have playoff.
They didn't even have a playoff game, right? So in 1932, they had a tie. So they had to have a one bonus game, one playoff game championship. And that's what started it, because everybody loved it. So they're like, all right, let's keep this going. And then they took the two top teams and had the championship from that.
So I was right.
So, but the first one was the one that wasn't planned, and that was in 1932. And that was the Bears versus the Portsmouth Spartans.
There you go.
Right? And the Portsmouth Spartans were from Portsmouth, Ohio. And they were in existence from 1928 to 1933, when they moved to
Boston.
No,
Cleveland.
No, Pete.
Tampa Bay.
Texas.
Minnesota.
No. They moved to Detroit and became the Lions.
All right, great.
So technically the first playoff game was the Bears versus the Lions. The Bears won that, by the way, 9-0.
It's a thriller.
And the first planned one was the Bears and the Giants in 33. And the Bears won that 23-21. The year after that, 1934, it was the same thing, Bears Giants, and the Giants won that 30-13. That was the sneakers game.
I would have taken the under on that.
There you go. All right, so there you go. That's all.
That 9-0 game was 3 safeties and a field goal.
Well, no, because they actually
I'm joking. We don't have to explain it.
No, it was bad.
Sheldon.
It's supposed to be at Wrigley Field. It's supposed to be Wrigley Field, and they had to move it into the Chicago Stadium, which is indoors, and the field was only 80 yards long. So every time the team got past the 10-yard line, they moved the ball back 10 yards and then continued on both ends of the field.
I wonder if they'll do that for the World Cup, because they're going to play in Los Angeles, and the stadium they built was not, I think it was not wide enough, maybe.
Not wide enough.
So maybe they'll,
What she said.
I think they had to take out some seats or something like that. So
Weird.
or maybe they'll just allow them to.
If you're taking out a seat, then it's definitely wide enough.
First 2 rows, are in play there. But all right, just a quickie. Thank you very much. So let's move on to what you've all been waiting for.
Football.
Desperation for Stafford. 8 seconds left. Lug Nutz near side Nicole. Is he out of bounds? Oh my God! For 3 seconds. We're gonna run the clock. That's gonna do it. The Seahawks soar to Super Bowl 60.
Do you think he had that line in his back pocket?
Yeah.
The Seahawks soar to Super Bowl 60.
The water chickens,
never underestimate the power of alliteration.
That is nice.
Water
alliteration
chickens
there.
are in. The water chickens are in.
Well, look, that's the guy who brought you Lake Placid. Do you believe in miracles, right?
That was him.
That's Michael's, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Unfortunately, real side note. Unfortunately, we have to listen to Chris Collinsworth do the Super Bowl.
We do.
Yeah. Oh, you could listen on the radio.
Sure, I'll go outside of my shed. My television.
Or you could just.
I don't even have a shed, but I'm going to go get one just to watch the Super Bowl.
You could pay the NFL.
Go to Sears.
Yeah.
Get yourself a shortwave radio.
Yeah.
You can pay the NFL, and then you can listen.
The problem is who you don't know who's doing it. You think you're going to get somebody good on the radio, and you don't always get it these days.
No.
Well, but you could listen to both teams, Homer radio broadcasts.
Right.
So you do have the option. So chances are, you might have to listen to 2, because one guy.
I'm going to listen to
Shia
LaBeouf's live stream of the Super Bowl.
But he's just doing it from home. He's watching the game.
Yes, he's going to do it. He's going to do it in the character of an autistic pirate. It'll be great. I like trains.
So We probably don't have to talk too much about the championship games, but
No, we don't have to talk too much about them. Look,
Sean McVay's too smart for his own good, right?
yeah, and so is Sean Payton.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he kicks that field goal, that game is completely different.
Yeah.
It's a different game, but here's my concern too with the Patriots. Yes, the first half of that game, the weather was not bad, and then of course it came in, and it came in pretty hard. Neither team could really move the ball, and you know, May's mobility really was the deciding factor in that game.
Sure.
But yeah, I could not believe that. You know, they were up 7-0. They had a chance to go up 10-0, and it's very unlike Sean Payton to not take. You know, this is a disciple of Parcells. What does Bill Parcells do there with a backup quarterback and a set? He kicks the field goal.
Take the points.
Yeah,
I mean,
always.
I don't even care if you are. I don't even care if you're Dan Campbell, right?
Yeah. Dan Campbell might have even kicked the field goal.
Dan Campbell with a backup quarterback would have taken the points.
Well, he would have faked something first, tried to get them off sides, then had 3 timeouts, and then kicked the field goal.
Campbell only kicks it when it's the end of the game for the tie.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's going
exactly.
for it. But
I mean, listen, had they made it, that's a different story. But if you're watching that game, you're kind of feeling like maybe that early rush was their only chance to get in the red zone.
Yeah. And look, it kind of goes against, like, I know it's not the same old NFL as when we were young, but you know, some of those things, you kick it, you put the points on the board. If there's a penalty, you don't take the points off the board, you know, which gets done now with extra points sometimes and field goals. So I don't know what all the success rates or non-success rates are, but boy, there's certainly an example of where you could go old school and go up 10-0. I mean, this is and look, the weather. I mean, the weather worked in the Patriots' favor only in the sense that, as you pointed out, it was May's mobility. I mean, how many times did he run on third down for first downs? So he was more mobile. Number one, and number two, I think one of the announcers said probably. Was it Brady doing the game? No, he was doing the other game. Anyway, whoever it was said when the ground is crappy like that, it favors the offense.
The runner.
Because they know where they're going, the defense doesn't.
You can't cut and stop.
Yeah, I'm like, don't you have a spy on the quarterback? And I think they did a couple times, but he just couldn't keep up with him.
Well, he's athletic. And one of the things one of the things I will give May, and I think there's a couple other quarterbacks which he's a good game manager. And while, you know, he got hit a lot, he's been sacked a shit ton this playoffs. I think he has a record number of sacks going into the Super Bowl. I think he's been sacked 15 times.
Hammered pretty good.
So, but his legs are going to be the only chance I think that they have of putting some points on the board, and more importantly, having a little bit of some time at possession. I don't know. I think Seattle's going to be able to get pressure on him, and his ability to run, especially on like second and third down. I mean, I think in the playoffs, I think he's run the ball 10 times on second down and averaging almost 10 yards a carry. Mm-hmm. So if he can do that, then that's going to at least keep them in the game and keep the ball out of Seattle's hands. On the other side of the ball, all we hear about is Seattle's defense. And quite honestly, you know, the Rams put up some pretty big numbers on them. If they had another 20 seconds, they probably would have maybe scored on them again. So Seattle does have a very good defense and they're opportunistic, but if, you know, it's going to be good weather. It's going to be in Santa Clara. I think the Patriots will put up a decent amount of points if they can run the ball and if May's legs can be the differentiator. But yeah, I think what people don't talk about is Seattle's offense. They have probably the best receiver in football that nobody's talking about. And there's a reason why Sam Darnold is a lot better, is because you saw this with Daniel Jones. You see this with a ton of quarterbacks. If you give pocket passers time to actually pass, then they can do what they're good at. And Seattle's got a better offensive line. I think they've got 2 good running backs, even though their third running back, which is maybe their best, is out. They've got weapons on the outside, and they know how to control the game. And there's not a hotter team in football going into the Super Bowl than Seattle.
Yeah, and if Nakua gets out of bounds on that final play, then it's a
right
60 some odd yard.
Well, they were down by 4.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a heave-ho into the end zone.
Oh, heave-ho. I thought you meant 6.
What's the word I'm thinking of? Hail Mary. There we go.
Hail Mary.
It's a Hail Mary. I think he was at the 50, and they would have had 3 seconds. So
no, Seattle
would have had a shot at it.
Yeah, McDonald's a good coach, and they I think in today's football, it really comes down to game management. What you have to do is you have to really be strategic in not letting your opponent have the ball back with a chance to tie or win the game. And
13 seconds.
They did a pretty good job on it. Their special teams have also been a differentiator here. They've got one of the best kickoff returners. I think it's Seattle's to lose. And I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that they win. I mean, I'm a little surprised that the spread is only 4.5 points.
Mm-hmm. I also wouldn't say, LA, put up some yardage on the Seattle defense. LA's a damn good team.
Well, it's a really good team. That's the other thing is I think Seattle went through better teams to get there. Not only
they definitely did.
Not only in the playoffs, but definitely in the regular season. I mean, look at that division that they had to play. I mean, other than the Cardinals, I mean, that's 6 games that no other team in the NFL had to go through. This year.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of discussion about that we can have, and I have a couple of things I want to chat about, but let's do that on Sunday.
Yeah. By the way, folks, we'll be on. What time are we doing it on Sunday, John?
12 noon Eastern.
10 a.m. Mountain Time.
10 a.m. Mountain Time.
There you go. You get it out of the way, Harry. Then you can.
And we'll be done by 10:45.
45, 50-minute show. That's it. Done. That's what we do.
Pop needs to get coffee.
Because I'll take that break from my chili at that time.
I don't know what that means, but
cooking my chili.
I know.
I'll take that break from my chili.
He's gonna stir the pot a couple less times during that time. Well, you'll
live
see
from the chili pot.
Yes, stir the chili. We're still doing the picks.
Shut up.
Pretty much.
Building Valentinesville. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, now I was gonna say you've got the Valentine's Day city there, right?
Yeah. It's in the process.
Very modern. It's more like a Tokyo.
All the
skyscrapers, heart-shaped skyscrapers.
There's a Valentine's Day one. It's very small. There's a St. Patty's Day one. It's very small. There's an Easter one that's kind of very small, but
you have to find
the Halloween is the second biggest one, and Christmas, of course, nothing beats that.
If the Giants, I'll say when the Giants get back to the Super Bowl, which probably will be next year, I would like to see. A Super Bowl village.
Well, she's a Jets
although
fan.
it might be small. Oh, she's not a Giants fan. Oh, all right. Well, then never mind. That'll.
You'll never see Jetsville.
I'll be dead.
If you want to see Jetsville, get off on the Jersey Turnpike before
we'll
Newark
be dead
Airport.
By the time that happens, so
well, at least right, and that's Jetsville. Yeah,
I have given up fantasizing about seeing the Jets win a Super Bowl, or even be in one, or even be close.
That'd be great, wouldn't it? God.
It would be. So
I'd
let's
even be
do.
Happy for Jets fans.
So we got a couple things that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So you want to do a four to say, or you want to talk
not
about
yet.
football? Not yet. Okay.
Couple
You
things.
let me know.
So I got to ask you your opinion, both of you. Should the Pro Bowl games, I'm using air quotes, at this point even be played anymore?
No.
A Tuesday?
No.
Fucking Tuesday?
It's flag football now, right?
I know they wanted to get it, have the games where the Super Bowl is and have it be part of Super Bowl week. But why don't you start Super Bowl week on Sunday instead of Monday and have it on the weekend like you always did? But again, that's when it was the game, and now it's the adult version of the pump, pass, and kick competition.
They had that with the NFL. They had that back in the day in the NFL. Why not bring that back?
Yeah. And I distinctly remember seeing a picture of one 14-year-old that was in the pump, pass, and kick competition by the name of Andrew Reed.
Yeah. He looks exactly. He had the walrus mustache and everything.
He had it then at 14. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. He won because he lathered the ball up with barbecue sauce.
Right. Exactly.
I think that it's this is just, again, sort of become, I mean, it's just a show. And I don't really have a problem with what they're doing there. You know, like if you want to play up the NBA and the NHL and the NFL and Major League Baseball, right, with the home run derby and all these kind of extra things, right? The skills competition for the NHL All-Star game is pretty, enjoyable. If you want to watch that stuff, that's great. You can do it. But the whole thing with all of these sports is that, you didn't used to be able to see anybody you wanted, and now you pretty much can. So that, and we talk about that with interleague play in baseball. So that aspect is gone now.
Right.
So yeah, if you want to have fun with it and play flag football, and
everybody opts out of the Pro Bowl too.
I just want to
people opted out of it. So I don't have an issue with it, but it's
here's what I would say
as it was, and it never will be.
Let me just say this really quick. We have a league, okay, and we'll get to more Hall of Fame stuff in a minute, but we have a league that Bill Belichick doesn't get into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And Shedeur Sanders is a Pro Bowler.
There's reasons for that. We could talk about that. But here's what I was going to say is that as a kid, okay, I remember watching the Pro Bowl only because it was a chance to see Dan Fouts play again. It was a chance to see, some of these guys who you don't normally see every time because we didn't have the NFL package. If you wanted to see the Chargers, there was 3 games out of the year that they were on, late on the late game.
Yeah, the best players in the league are all on the field at the same
and
time.
They're all there and they're all playing. And one real quick thing, Steve Young was talking about this earlier today about how he played in the Super Bowl. The next week went and played in the Pro Bowl. And he said that because of the advantage that the defense has in the Pro Bowl, he walked out of the Pro Bowl
feeling worse,
more sore than he was from the Super Bowl because Bruce Smith was beating the piss out of him in the Pro Bowl. So, same thing when you hear people talk about, the NBA All-Star game back in the day when, these guys, there was just a little bit of a different competitive spirit and there wasn't the pampering and there wasn't the prevalence of injuries. And if there was, either they played through it or they didn't. There wasn't this kind of constant monitoring. And so look, if Tuesday night, what kids are going to be watching the NFL on Tuesday night? Or are any kids even watching it anymore because they don't know what the Pro Bowl really means? So I don't know.
It means nothing to them. Because it hasn't,
or does it? I don't know.
Well, but it hasn't meant as much once they put it in between the end of the season and the Super Bowl, right? Because then nobody from the teams going to the Super Bowl is going there, right?
I think
that was like the first stab. But if you're, I don't know how many years ago that was, but if you're a 10-year-old kid, have you even seen a Pro Bowl that meant anything in your entire life? No.
Well, here's the other thing I'll say is that if you're not from a rich family and you can't afford the NFL package or YouTube television or all of the other streaming platforms, in some cities you're going to get one game a week on national television. On Sunday.
Well, and
sometimes there's times out here, even in Denver. I'm in a big city, and I don't have the NFL, so it's like. I'm watching
sometimes
garbage.
You can't even find your local game.
And the red zone isn't free anymore, or whatever the one was that showed. So it's all about getting you to pay money for all of these different things. Which channel is the game on? Oh, it's on Prime. Well, great.
I have to get Paramount Prime, or it's on Prime.
It's like I can't even get it on cable television.
Netflix
anymore. and all of that.
Hulu
and all but it's not. It's not democratic. It's not, a kid can't watch if you don't have all that fucking shit, then you're not going to watch it. Yeah. Fubu, we watch. It's like all the streaming stations that nobody listens to this on. Speaker, Sneaker, Stitcher,
Lemonade TV,
OnlyFans, Lululemon television.
So Boo TV.
Yeah.
We made it easier to access everybody or anybody that you want to watch, but we've made it more prohibitive because of the expense.
And most people don't really care about their teams. They care about
Oh, it's
fantasy
too.
football and prop bets and things like that. And I'll tell you what, this Super Bowl, I'll say it, it's a fact. Ratings are going to be way down from the last couple. Because why? Because Taylor Swift won't be there. No, I'm serious.
No, you're not wrong.
I'm serious.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because you're right.
Yeah. Sam Darnold is not dating Selena Gomez. So it's
Who is Serena Gomez?
Serena Gomez, she's somebody
Selena's twin sister, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's not bad. But
So,
she's not going to get anybody to watch. She's not going to get young and old women to watch the Super Bowl.
You're not wrong. So we all agree. Just announce the list of Pro Bowlers and not have anything.
Or why do we even need the Pro Bowl? I mean, the All Pro means way more than a Pro Bowl, especially with the substitutions and everything.
I say if you want to have the game, go ahead and have the game. Play flag.
Have the actual game.
Because there are people who love that aspect of, and I'm kind of one of them, although I don't watch it for the NFL because they're such money grubbing fuckers. But I mean, all sports leagues are, but
That's
the
a
NFL
term.
in particular,
That's a term.
Yeah, that's, a trademark, by the way. But that's one of my favorite things about baseball and the NBA. Those All-Star games is, I don't care if they don't play any defense in the NBA. Right. All these guys are out there and they're having fun.
For the most part, For the most part.
Well, I mean, it was basically
we're already seeing people planning injuries right before the All-Star break. SGA is going to be out and be reevaluated after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I think the baseball All-Star game still has some cachet. Even though I hate it, I think the home run derby is a big draw for people.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's also on regular television.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, did you guys see there was a couple of players that are not going to be playing in the World Baseball Classic? I guess because they were not allowed to because of their contract. So
their contract, and he had surgery.
As Mets fans, you should be all for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we know how to. But my point, the point I was going to make is that look, Major League Baseball loves that thing.
Right.
And to promote baseball, to promote Major League Baseball around the world.
Right.
And now you got guys, a couple of, I forget the names, but they were big stars, names that I knew, which means they, were of some stature at least.
Right.
And now they're not going to be playing. So I will see if Major League Baseball kind of gets with the owners and says, hey, you got to, or at least tells the players union, make sure you guys don't sign that bullshit in your contract so that they can at least play if they want to.
Right.
If they don't want to. Now, maybe in some cases it's an excuse. They just don't want to play. So they go, contractually I can't. But I think you can look up the terms of people's contract.
I think that's the difference. I think in soccer and in baseball, I think there's a lot of people who do want to play. There's people who want to play.
Yeah, they definitely want to play that.
Yeah, but if they can't contractually, then I would think that the players union would be like,
I don't really. It's all bullshit.
You don't have that.
Half of Team Italy is from the United States. It's just like
it's half of most of the teams are from the United States,
or from South America,
except for Japan. Half of all of the teams.
They're all from Cuba.
Right.
Pedro Yakamoto.
Right. Pedro Yakamoto.
Anybody want to try a Cuban Japanese accent and make sure we get completely canceled?
Pretty sure I went to a restaurant that was Cuban Japanese.
I've been to a Cuban Chinese restaurant, and actually it's very good. Actually, it's in Astoria.
Of course it is.
It's on Broadway in Astoria.
That's right.
Nueva York.
It's also a jewelry store and a bicycle shop.
No, just food. What's weird is it's not fusion. They have Cuban food and Chinese food.
Sure. It's called the food court.
That's the way it should be.
Right. Anyway.
All right. Let's go.
All right. I'll ask both of you, but this pertains mainly to this part of it pertains mainly to Harry. Harry, what are your feelings on the Giants hiring Matt Nagy as OC?
I'm trying to be positive about it. Everybody's saying trust Harbaugh. I'll say it by this. I think Harbaugh was a great pick. I don't think John Harbaugh is the best coach in the NFL, and I don't think his past judgments on coordinators have been stellar. Mm-hmm. And I think Nagy, while he won a couple Super Bowls with The Chiefs,
Yes,
he wasn't calling the plays.
But-
And if you look at what he's done with young quarterbacks, he's never been able to get any of them. And I think there's a list of 5 or 6 that, seasons that we have to judge him by.
But look at the quarterbacks he had to use.
Right. And now look at how
Trubisky and Justin
Right.
Fields.
Well, but look at some of the other ones that are on that list and how they've now become better after, he's been on there.
Like who?
Well, who else was on there? I don't know. I can't remember.
He only had Mitch Trubisky and Justin Fields in
Well, he had 2 other people.
There were 2 other guys.
Yeah.
I don't think neither one of them. Actually, I just saw.
Well, they were, but they were back
just the other day.
Right, but they were backup quarterbacks. He's not putting time into working with a backup quarterback. The 2 starting quarterbacks he had during his tenure in Chicago were.
Well, I'm talking not Chicago, because he was also a quarterbacks coach and an offensive
in Kansas
coordinator.
City. He was in Kansas City, went to Chicago, went back to Kansas City.
Well, I was listening to somebody mentioning 4 or 5 quarterbacks that he had.
Yeah,
been,
and the
nurturing.
QB ratings were all like in the 50s.
30s.
I get it.
I saw that same rant. Whoever it was basically saying every quarterback that this guy's worked with has done nothing.
Here's 2 things that are making me be like you said, Harry. Be positive about it. Okay. One,
until the first game when the shit emojis.
well, then of course. Well, that's going to happen regardless. Even if they're doing well, that's going to happen, right? Yeah. But the first thing is when he was in Chicago. He was in Chicago, head coach in Chicago for 4 years. Again,
he brought him to the playoffs.
They won the division his first year with Mitch Trubisky. Okay, yeah. And they went again. They went again to the playoffs as a wild card team. So 2 of his 4 years. 4-year tenure in Chicago as head coach, they went to the playoffs, and one of them they won the division. And he's a disciple of Andy Reid, as is John Harbaugh, right? So I'll stay. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. But the other thing I have to say is I'm fairly certain that if he shits the bed, and Justin Fields. Jackson Dart looks like shit next year. And they correlate it directly to Matt Nagy. Something tells me Matt Nagy's gone after next year. So,
but do we really want that?
No, we don't. We don't. And
I feel like this constant stream of coordinators and everybody firing them.
I wanted Cliff Kingsbury.
Well, everybody did. But
it seems like it was, like Kismet, almost like it was with John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh was let go from Baltimore. Boom, the Giants pick him up. Todd Monken gets hired by the Cleveland Browns, so he can't be the OC. Cliff Kingsbury gets let go by Washington. Hey, come on, you know what I mean? It was almost like it was laid out, like the plan was there in place.
Yeah, but he didn't want it.
But he did. But yeah, well, it wasn't him. It was they chose Matt Nagy. I didn't read anything where Cliff Kingsbury declined the position. I don't think it was offered to him.
I don't think they offered it to him.
Yeah. So, but anyway, look, staying positive. We'll see. Staying, giving the benefit of the doubt. We'll see what happens. Now, on that note, Pete, I'll put it to you. How do you feel about Frank Reich being the OC for the Jets?
Well, hopefully he'll be a steadying hand. I part of me says at least now, he's not a hot young up and comer, right? There's a bit of a track record, some experience there, and maybe that'll be a stabilizing force. So in that sense, I'll say it's good. Looking around at some of the moves, I don't know who else we would have gone with. So, and the fact that, but however, on top of all that, there's the whole, apparently the story is that Aaron Glenn met with him and said, okay, the job is yours if you want it. And then went back home and Woody Johnson said, no, you're going to call the defense. We're paying you $10 or $12 million, whatever it is a year. We're not hiring. Who was it? It was for the defensive coordinator.
That was Wink Martindale.
Wink Martindale. Yeah. So, but I guess Frank Reich had enough
Well, Aaron Glenn's not going to call an offense, so
right. No, but he had enough cachet that I guess Woody was okay with him. But
I'm sure Frank Reich's best friend might have had a little to do with it.
Who's that?
That would be Mr. Boomer Esiason.
Oh, yeah, well, Boomer, whatever.
They went to college together. They've been friends ever since.
Good for him. So, yes, experience, a steadying hand, track record of some success. Fine, good hire. There's nobody else out there, I think, that I would want better.
Harry?
But, maybe we'll put it in the win column, I guess, for the Jets.
I think it's a good move. Notice. I think I like that from a personality culture standpoint for the Jets. I don't know. Here's my take. I don't mean to be cynical. I think that it matters.
Don't mean to be cynical?
I think it means far less. I think the coordinators are only as good and as important as their head coaches allow them to be. Right. And there's certain coordinators who do really well in certain situations, and then they leave that situation. Excuse me, and they're worthless. And then, sometimes they go back and become head coaches again, a la Robert Saleh, which I couldn't understand.
That's going to be interesting down in Tennessee.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think if I'm some of these people, I think I'd rather be a defensive coordinator and, with the 49ers than be the head coach of the Titans. I think, look at Josh McDaniels. I mean, do you think he prefers being the offensive coordinator for the Patriots? There's something there. So my hope with the Giants and the Jets, and I'm a little less confident in Glenn. I just hope that they can kind of find that some consistency. Stop changing the coaching staff every year. Stop blaming the offensive coordinator because your quarterback sucks or you have no offensive line.
Right. I agree.
But the Jets are not going to do that.
Glenn, I think Glenn. If the Jets have another year like they did last year, I mean, unfortunately, Glenn's got to go.
Right, but that's the other thing about the.
And then maybe this is
maybe signing. This is the guy who's going to replace him there.
Right.
Again, listen, was it really Aaron Glenn's idea, or was this the guy that Woody wanted? Maybe that's the story. Who knows?
I don't think it was Aaron Glenn's
We did
idea.
hear the
rumors. Maybe Boomer had dinner with Woody and said, "Hey."
We did hear the rumors that John Gruden.
Turned it down.
Turned it down.
And he's another one. I mean, I think Gruden knows where his bread is buttered. He had one or two really great years of success with Tampa Bay, right? Won a Super Bowl. But that was a long time ago. And even though Gruden's a relatively young guy, is Gruden really this mastermind in real time at the NFL level these days? Or is Gruden really kind of best where he's at right now? Doing unboxing videos and hanging around with Dave Portnoy on Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
it's more fun.
It's certainly a lot more fun, and he is fun, and that's my point. Is that I think sometimes we give a little bit too much clout to some of these people who have not had success in a very long time.
No, and look, he gets to be an icon doing what he's doing now.
Yeah.
Right. If he goes back to coaching, then he's no longer John Gruden, that guy that we all love and revere.
Well, and it wasn't that long ago that we didn't love him so much. I mean, I think he kind of escaped some controversy pretty unscathed.
But if he goes back to coaching and doesn't have success, then that can he can only really tarnish his image.
He's still involved. He's still in it. He still has a name. He's still being listened to by a lot of people, probably more people now than he would be if he's a head coach somewhere.
Yeah, now he's the guy. He's a guy that.
It's really hard to win championships.
It is.
It's really hard to do it. It's really, really hard to do it more than once.
Did you see his video from today? Barstool Sports posted it. He was in San Francisco walking down a block and actually bumped into Rich Gannon.
Rich Gannon,
yeah.
I'm sure that actually happened.
He recognized
it. Wasn't staged. Yeah. Of course, with the one other thing with the Jets, the flip side.
Well, Rich Gannon was walking with what looked like Chinese food takeout.
He's walking back to his Motel 8. But I think, or Hotel 6.
Motel 6. Super 8, Motel 6.
Super 8, Motel 6, yeah. The thing about the Frank Reich signing now is they could go, if they have a terrible year and Aaron Glenn gets fired, they could go another way But then you're probably going to lose your OC.
Yeah.
You know, if Glenn gets fired and they don't promote Frank Reich, so he might walk. So that's potentially
Yeah, we'll see.
Limit your possibilities.
Well, again,
and maybe Glenn can focus more on what his strengths are. Reich could take over the offense, and you will see. I mean, you know,
yeah, it goes. Yeah. So I got a question for both of you, and then we'll move on to one last thing, and we can move on from there.
Is this a question of the day or
no? Just a football question based on what we were just talking about.
Go.
Who is the best right now? Right now at 8:41 p.m. Eastern time. Who is the best head coach in the NFC East?
We don't know.
Well, that's an answer, I guess.
Well, because I mean, based on past,
obviously based on they're not playing right now, so yeah.
Who's the head coach in Washington now?
Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
And Brian Schottenheimer's down in
Right.
Dallas, and obviously Nick Sirianni. Sorry, I confuse his name every now and then. And obviously John Harbaugh. So who?
I mean, Sirianni's had the most success. He's controversially sloppy. He's chaotic, but I'll tell you what, there hasn't been a more consistent team in the NFC East than the Eagles.
If all four of those head coaches were available and you had a team that needed a head coach and you could have any of the four, who are you hiring?
I don't know.
Todd Monken. I
think it really depends on the team, but just based on a nondescript, team du jour. I think Harbaugh is probably the best bet out of that. But I think Sirianni gets a little bit of heat because of his personality and knowing who he's dealing with down there. I kind of don't blame him. I don't know. It might be Sirianni. I just don't know. He's done a lot with not a lot.
Well, we'll find out
you can,
in the next season or two. So.
You can put a knock on Harbaugh too, and that
I can, and I do.
He's had, and he hasn't had more.
I'm
success,
not as I don't think he's. I put him in the same position as a lot of other guys who have just have had a lot of talent around him and have not really gotten it done in the postseason.
I hear what you're saying, and all I have to say to that is, for all intents and purposes, as Giant fans, and I'm obviously not including Pete in this, let's just enjoy this until
there's nothing to enjoy. He's a head coach. It's football. That's fine.
Well, no, enjoy the possibility. Finally,
that's all we have every year. Possibilities.
No, I know, but you got to admit, since Tom Coughlin walked out the door, this is the best place
people were jerking off when Brian Dable was announced. People were,
who?
Yeah, a lot of people were excited about Dable, especially because
it was the package, right? It was Shane and Dable. They're going to turn this thing around like they did in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Shane and Dable. Why do we should write a book like Cain and Abel, Shane and Dable.
Okay.
No, I agree, John. I think it's very much like a Tom Coughlin hire. The difference is that Coughlin had never gotten over the hump before he got here, and he did it twice. Harbaugh's already been there.
But Tom Coughlin also, and you're right. Yeah, you're right. He's been there.
I've said it before, and I hope Harbaugh becomes the first one to break this. There has never been a head coach to win a Super Bowl with two different teams. Never.
I'm just happy.
I'm happy he's here too.
Which team did John Harbaugh win with?
With the Ravens.
Yeah.
And how many years was he there?
18.
A lot.
How many years did he?
And he didn't win with Lamar Jackson.
He didn't win with Lamar Jackson.
Hold on. Yeah, but
he had a great defense.
Let's look at this for a second. Let's look at this. Okay. And I don't want to get down a rabbit hole because we need to get on with it. Okay. But here's the thing. This is my take, and you have at it after I finish. But here's my take. He had with the exception of 1 or 2 years, they were in the playoffs every fucking
as they
year.
should have been.
Okay. And he got beat by a better team that year.
Sometimes.
Most of the time.
He got beat by good teams.
And it was either Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, and we all know it. Or Buffalo.
Or Tom
others.
Brady.
Yeah.
Or Peyton Manning. Or so
they lost a couple games they shouldn't have lost in there.
Maybe, but they were competitive games. And it's not like they got blown out by a weaker team.
Here's what I will say.
He was there all the time. Now, I'm not saying that he's not going to have that same thing in the NFC. Certainly he can, right? But my point is, it's not everybody, and I had this argument with somebody last week. Everybody is quick to say, he did fucking nothing after he won that Super Bowl. It's 18 years, one Super Bowl.
But nobody has.
There every fucking year.
Nobody has. That's my point. I said it earlier about, all of this. It's really hard to win championships. Mm-hmm. And, if Mike McDonald or Vrabel win a Super Bowl, do they become the best coach? No, but it's chemistry. And they're the right people in the right situation
at the right time. Yeah, 100%.
And there's something about being able to take a team and make it a team. You can have 3 or 4. You could argue John Harbaugh had the best quarterback, who was a multi-time MVP, and the best running back in the game on the same team. Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean that he has the best team.
Right.
And that is coaching and that is front office, and it's all of that coming together, right? It's having good young picks that develop quickly. It's having enough players on their early contracts where you're not having to pay them too much money and you're getting the most out of them. It's about having enough veterans and enough young players and having
right veteran signings,
and being able to look at the talent you have and not force them into your system, but get the most out of them. And I think Harbaugh will do that. That's what I am actually hopeful for. Yeah. Lamar Jackson, if you go back 20 years, is not John Harbaugh's ideal quarterback. John Harbaugh was a quarterback, so it's not like he knows what that is. But he understood the talent, and he did, I think, try and turn him into a little bit more of a pass, or at least a pass equal, not run first, and that did help their game overall. He's a multi-time MVP. Now, do I think Jackson Dart is Lamar Jackson? No, but what I think Harbaugh can do this is my point with the Giants. The Giants have the most non-giant set of talent that they've ever had. Mm-hmm. And they have a lot of offensive skill players who we've got 2 or 3 years to really exploit this and make it really good. And I think it's a little bit of harnessing in so that we don't live in the concussion tent. And it's a little bit of finding how you can exploit what these guys' strengths are. And I think that's loosening the reins a little bit and letting the Giants offense be a little bit more wide open. And I think Harbaugh will be able to harness that. So I think the Giants are going to make great strides. I don't think it's a 10-year project. I think it's next year, let's improve. And then in year 2, 3, and maybe 4, let's see if we can get to the second or third round of a playoffs and maybe, win 12 games.
Well, we'll see what it's like. I agree. All right. I got one other thing in football. And this leads into question of the day. All right. Quick thoughts. 30 seconds each.
Go.
This is following the rapid fire that turned into a
30 seconds each
conversation.
Thoughts on the Belichick and Manning snubs?
You want to go first, Pete, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
All right. So from 30,000 feet, it's ridiculous, and it should make everybody irate. Mm-hmm. Okay? Especially the Belichick. The reality of it is that the NFL Hall of Fame needs to change how things work. They need to allow more people in every year. They should not have this dragging it on, so you have to make the decision between Bill Belichick or if you don't vote for L.C. Greenwood, he's going to never get into the Hall of Fame. Right. He should be in there. So it's not a snub necessarily, as much as it's this weird process of trying to earn it.
There are 5 names.
Right.
Vote for 3. Well, what if I want to vote for all 5, you asshole?
Right. And don't put people on the ballot if, they should have just had 5 on there that were on their last chance and held the other people's eligibility until the next year where they could go in and the way they should go in. Now, I'll take both of them. I'll take both of them individually real quick. Belichick, I think that most people, it was indeed that choice, and it was convenient for them to make that choice, and they didn't have to address Belichick and make him a first timer. So I think it was a mutual thing there. With Eli, I think it's again that choice, and I think Eli will eventually get in. But these people hammering on Eli's record is just ridiculous to me. There's 5 people who have won multiple Super Bowl MVPs. Eli Manning is one of them. The other 4 are in the Hall of Fame.
The other 4 are in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
100%. And Eli is number 10, 11, 12 on multiple NFL, not Giants, NFL records.
Oh, I know all this. Yeah.
Right. So I don't care, and some of his best years were on a team that went 7-9. Right. So I mean, he doesn't go out there and tackle the offenses of the other teams. Didn't. I mean, it's asinine.
Well, in the years that he won it, he had great defenses,
of course.
but he also played really well when it mattered.
Right. Exactly.
And some of the 2 years that they won the Super Bowl, especially the 1 year, probably not his best year until the playoffs.
Right.
The years where they were way better, they either lost or didn't get in the playoffs because they weren't a good team.
And quite frankly, and I've said this many times before we even started doing this podcast, and certainly many times on the show for the last 6 years. Okay. If Plaxico Burress leaves the gun at home, the Giants are 5 Super Bowl because they win the Super Bowl that year. They would have roller skated through that.
Revisionist history.
Yeah, Johnny's revisionist history.
Revisionist history. You might be right.
I look at it a little bit differently. I'm fortunate we got one good year out of Plexico Burress, and I'm really happy he caught that easy touchdown pass to beat the Patriots. So I'm thankful for that.
He had to get open.
Oh no, I'm just saying I'm glad he caught it.
Right.
He was a great receiver. Plexico Burress, one of the most underrated, and that was a big pickup for the Giants. I think when we look back on those Giant teams.
He was on the Giants for a few years.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is that it went against the Giants' principle of drafting receivers and never giving them a second contract or going out and getting high-priced free agents. Now, Burress wasn't necessarily – they got him at a little bit of a value, but they went out and got him. And so I give them to Giants. When was the last time the Giants went out and got a big-name receiver?
Kenny Galladay.
Yeah, there you go. No Plexico Burress either.
Oh, hold on. Yeah. Do you know who was the only quarterback that threw a touchdown pass to Kenny Galladay as a Giant?
I don't know. What year was that? It's not Dave Brown.
Davis Webb.
Davis Webb. Okay,
Davis
that's
Webb.
Close enough. Yeah.
All right. Here's my take. How many Major League Baseball players have gotten in with unanimous votes?
One.
The writers are petty.
They are.
And it's ridiculous that Bill
Belichick.
Belichick,
Nerd's revenge.
Yeah, didn't get in. And the Jets fan in me says, I think I said it last show.
But they got in. The difference is they didn't get in unanimously, but there's a lot more that got in.
Right.
They don't have a limit on how many can
I still like the one guy that didn't vote for Jeter.
Yeah.
His reasoning was he shouldn't go in unanimously. That was his only reasoning for not voting for him.
It's
Thanks,
hubris.
Pete.
It's hubris on the part of these people that are voting.
Yeah.
And I think it's true for the NFL as well.
Yeah.
And that was an excuse, right? Spygate. Well, I'm not going to give him my vote because he cheated. So that was their excuse. It's stupid. He belongs in.
I think there was less of that and more really of the fact that they can only get in so many people, and they dragged their foot on these other deserving candidates, and they didn't want to.
Oh, please, L.C. Brewer should have been in the Hall of Fame for years. But
but if Spygate doesn't happen, then you tell me Bill Belichick's not going to.
Oh, here's the other thing too, because they changed the rules of getting in. Right, it was 5 years for coaches too, and then just last year, the year before, they changed it to 1 year. So Belichick would have still had to wait another 4 years before he'd be on the Hall of Fame ballot. That and the fact that why are a head coach and obviously and Robert Kraft was on it too, a head coach and an owner is on the same ballot form that 3 elder players are on.
Doesn't make any sense.
It makes no fucking sense whatsoever.
No.
And also I think that
there should be a first time vote for those obvious that are going to be close to getting in the first time. That should not be determined on spending your vote using your equity in somebody else's line. There should be 2 separate votes.
Right.
Clean it up, make it simple. By the way, come on.
Right.
Also, I think, hang on.
Personality matters a lot, though, too.
It does.
That's true.
Also, I think
He was shitty to the press.
There were people who, right? We had was it Brady or was it Belichick? Well, we might have found out they were both part of it, but there are people who go, it was more Brady than it was Belichick, and I'm not giving them my vote for first time. Combined with, might have been
More Belichick than Brady, you mean?
No, I think they're saying it was more Brady than Belichick.
Oh, okay.
Because he went to Tampa Bay and won, and
Belichick
did nothing.
I got you.
You know my take. You know my take on that. My take.
But no, I'm just saying. I think maybe some of these voters who look at that and they go, "Yeah, maybe he wasn't as great a coach as we all gave him credit for."
Does Chuck Nolan?
He cheated.
How many Super Bowls?
I don't want to make comparisons with guys from 50 years ago.
But how many Super Bowls has Chuck Noll won without Terry Bradshaw? How many Super Bowls has Tom Landry won without Roger Staubach? How many Super Bowls did Jimmy Johnson win without?
I'm not saying it doesn't
Troy
happen.
Aikman?
My point is, if that is in the mind of a voter, maybe he's not as great a coach as we thought.
Well,
and you add that with the Spygate thing, and maybe I'm not going to give my first vote for.
Just in case I'll say this, and just in case there's anybody listening on the audio portion or tonight that hasn't heard me say this before, and it's quick. My take on that is they needed each other, just like Chuck Noll needed Terry Bradshaw.
They did.
Just like Jimmy Johnson needed Troy Aikman. They needed each other. Now, when Tom Brady went to Tampa, he found his other Belichick in Bruce Arians. Belichick didn't find his other Tom Brady in New England.
Your logic is more than sound. I'm just saying, in someone's eyes, you look at the two of them, and when they were together, Bruce Arians was Tom Brady's second Bill Belichick. That's your quote. They were great together, and Belichick was amazing.
That's diminishing Belichick, even though I like Bruce Arians.
And
know what I mean.
Maybe he wasn't as amazing as we thought, because once Brady left, not that he should have won 3 more Super Bowls, but they were a shell of them.
That's also just how good Brady was, to Pete's point. I mean, there's very few. How many other quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl and then gone on to win? There's a few, but not in that fashion. Not at 42 years old or whatever it was.
All right, let me get to Eli so we can move on. I'll just say, look at the great quarterback. Look at Hall of Fame quarterbacks and look at what we were talking about, their record. Look what their record was. Is it that much over 500? Isn't Eli like 500 for his career?
Yeah, I think Joe Namath was under 500 and had a higher interception ratio than Eli.
That shouldn't be something to hold
basically
against
sucked after the Super Bowl.
The guy went to 2 Super Bowls, was the MVP, and beat one of the great teams that would have gone undefeated if they hadn't won.
Twice.
But they won't.
The great
undefeated.
But they were both great teams with the
that was probably the biggest
quarterback
upset in Super
the
Bowl
history of the game, and one of the greatest coaches in the history of the game. I mean, those were huge games. And
I think the Giants have the 2 biggest upsets in Super Bowl history.
But you have to put him in. It's just stupid to go, he's 500
they'll
for
get
his
in.
career.
I don't think there's anything
They'll get
really.
in, but
yeah,
again, it's an excuse not to vote for him the first time.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, all right. Question of the day. 4 got to stay.
Can I raise a practical question at this point?
Well, if you just answer the question.
Do you want it? Are you sure? Well, here it is. The question of the day.
That's pretty good. I like that.
We're not giving away our ages with the.
No.
Yeah, that's not Gen X porn right there.
I was gonna make a new, maybe a second opening for that, but I couldn't find any recent references I really like as much as those.
I love it. I love it. It's perfect. That and Spinal Tap, perfect. Done. All right, here we go. Question today, 4 got to stay. This is Pro Football Hall of Fame voting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is head coaches not yet in.
Okay.
All right, write these down. Remember, 4 got to stay, 2 got to go. I'm giving you 6, you got to pick 4.
All right.
Write these down. Bill Belichick.
It's like a game show where you got to write this. Dun, dun, dun.
We should have.
All right, who's number
We
two?
should.
Can
Yeah,
we
we should
use
put
the
some game
Jeopardy
shows.
theme? I think you can, right?
Who's
Maybe.
number two?
That's got to be.
Who's number two? One of the more.
I think Card Sharks would be a better theme.
One of the more interesting games that sewer workers play. Who's number two?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. All right, so Bill Belichick, Tom Coughlin.
Yep. 3.
Tom Coughlin. Mike Shanahan.
Okay.
Mike Shanahan. Number 4. I don't know how the hell that changed. Mike Holmgren. Mike Holmgren. For some reason there's an H instead of an M in Mike.
Hike Holmgren.
Hike Holmgren. That should have been his name.
If he was a center, that'd be great.
Ladies and gentlemen, your new coach, Hike
Hike.
Holmgren.
Starting at center, number 57, Hike Holmgren. Bottoms up.
Oh, that's good. That's 110. All right, 111. That's the open. There you go. All right. Hike Holmgren. There you go. All right. Number 5, George Seifert.
Yeah.
George Seifert.
Systems coach.
There you go. And
team.
And number 6, Marty.
Hall of Famers.
There you go. And number 6,
That was
Marty.
their system.
Marty Schottenheimer. Marty Schottenheimer. So we got Bill Belichick, Tom Coughlin, Mike Shanahan, Mike Holmgren, Mike Holmgren, George Seifert, and Marty Schottenheimer. All right. Pete, you start us out.
Wait, what is the criteria here? Not that I'm going to follow.
Which 4 of these 6
Deserve
head
it?
coaches deserve over the other 2?
Okay.
They all deserve it. We know this, right? But which 4 of these 6 head coaches deserve it over the other 2?
Okay. I think Tom Coughlin has to go in. Right? Didn't he win 2 Super Bowls with the Giants?
He did.
And who was he with before that? Jaguars. And who was his quarterback? Who was his quarterback? Not they went to. They didn't get to a Super Bowl, right?
No, they were in the AFC. It was the AFC Championship game. Their second year in existence.
And who was his quarterback then?
Oh, who was it?
Was it Brunell?
Mark Brunell. Yep.
Yeah.
Was it Brunell?
Maybe.
I think it was Mark Brunell. I'll double check.
Anyway, so he didn't have a Hall of Fame quarterback as of yet.
No.
So he's got to go in. Holmgren had Favre, right?
Holmgren had Favre. Yeah.
Shanahan had Smellway, right?
It was Brunell, by the way, but. Holmgren had Favre. Seifert had
Steve Young.
and Joe Montana at the end.
Yeah. Shanahan had Elway, right?
Yeah.
Schottenheimer had who? Brian Sipe.
Oh, jeez.
Right? Schottenheimer, Cleveland, or was he was also?
No, he was Kansas City.
Kansas City. Anyways, Kansas a few places, right? So.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, this is a tough list. I mean, they obviously all deserve to go.
It's easy. Steve DeBerg, wasn't it? And then Montana. He had Montana at the end.
He had Montana,
and he had Bono.
He was with the Bills for 3 years.
And Rich Gannon.
The Pats for 2 years. He was with this. Yeah, no,
with Kansas City.
Did he win any Super Bowls?
No.
He was with the. Well, he was the linebackers coach for the Giants for a couple of years. He was the defensive coordinator for a year.
But as a head coach.
As a head coach, he was the Cleveland Browns for 5 years.
His best years were with Kansas City.
Kansas City for 10 years. The Redskins for a year. San Diego for 5 years.
And his best quarterback at Kansas City was Christian Okoye.
No, I mean he had
he had one of the best.
He had Joe Montana for a couple.
Yeah, Montana for 1 year. He had DeBerg, Bono, and Gannon. I told you guys who.
There you go. All right,
well, okay. So what did he win?
Nothing.
Okay, so he's out. And I'm going to leave Seifert out as well.
I got something to say about that.
Well, whatever. Listen, it's not quite a can't remember his name. The guy from Dallas who took over
Jimmy
for Jimmy
Johnson?
No, the guy who took over for Johnson. Yeah, with the gun in his bag going through the airport.
Yeah.
It's not quite that situation, but it's kind of that situation. He took over a great team from Bill Walsh.
He was part of that team, though, too.
Yeah, but Seifert's out and Schottenheimer's out. So Belichick, Tom Coughlin, Shanahan, who I hate for some reason, but I love John Elway, and Holmgren. That's my 4.
All right. Harry? It's Barry Switzer, by the way.
Yeah.
Switzer, yeah, there we go.
George Seifert.
Being a Cowboys fan, I have blocked his name from my memory numerous times, as we've seen on the show.
George Seifert had a 766 winning percentage for 8 years with the San Francisco 49ers and won 2 Super Bowls. He went 14-2, 14-2, 10-6, 14-2, 10-6, 13-3, 11-5, 12-4. And then he went to Carolina.
He coached a dynasty, no question.
Well, but
or, a reasonable facsimile of one.
Well, okay. So
I mean, they didn't win it every year, but
no, they won 4 and he won 2 of them.
Yeah, but those, how many of those guys were there when he took over?
All of them.
That's my point.
All right. So
how many of the Lakers were already there when Phil Jackson went there?
Well, Phil Jackson would not be on my list of future NFL head coaches.
Yeah. NFL.
Definitely not be in the NFL Hall of Fame.
I think so.
I think
Seifert. What Seifert did was even harder because he had to follow and
Bill Walsh's.
So he was a better coach than Bill Walsh.
I don't think he. I think he was just as good, and he won just as many Super Bowls.
He didn't have to build the team.
He was part of the
offense. He didn't design the offense. The offense was already built for him.
Oh yeah, it was just done. It was like IKEA.
Walsh.
You just
Bill Walsh created the West Coast offense. George Seifert inherited.
Bill Walsh won 3 Super Bowls. All right.
That's true. Yeah. Did he?
Yep.
Okay, so they won 5.
They won 5.
Yeah.
But
everybody else.
Who's in?
I had to take somebody out, and look. This is probably
I preface this by saying they're all deserving of getting in.
This is probably the most logical I've ever been, convoluted though it may be.
No, Schottenheimer and Holmgren are out
for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, Holmgren,
we almost had the same list.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Belichick's a no-brainer.
Cowboys fandom.
I think second on this list as no brainers is Seifert, and then Shanahan, then Coughlin, and then yeah. So yeah, those are the 4.
All right. So you have the exact same list with the exception of.
I almost took Holmgren out too, but a Cowboys fan, I hate the 49ers, so I did let a little bit of my non-logicality into the mix.
And there
you're going back.
All right.
Now, I think you remember the 49ers and when the 49ers and Cowboys actually played each other at anything meaningful. We're going back.
We're going back 30 plus years.
Yeah.
Now I would like to remind you. Okay. Now the 3 names I'm going to say, there's no disrespect because they deserve it too. But the gentlemen that the 6 names on this list are not in the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. However, Tony Dungy, Marv Levy, and Bill Cowher are. Now, I'm not saying the 3 of them don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. They do. However, do they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame over any of the other, with Bill Belichick aside, of course, right?
No.
But over any of the other gents on this list.
Well, were they all on the ballot at the same time? Or any of them?
My point is that they got in, and these other gentlemen haven't.
I agree with your point. I wonder if it's a question of the passing of time.
Well, Dungy
aren't the guys who vote
Dungy's
for this
newer than a bunch of these guys.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're going back. We're going back to the 70s with some of these guys. Some of them are a little more, right? Like, who's the most recent? I mean, other than Belichick, Coughlin, maybe Holmgren, right? Didn't coach
Oh,
as
honestly,
long ago, but it was still 30 years ago, right?
Probably George Seifert's
more.
George Seifert's probably the retired the
No,
earliest.
Holmgren coached less than 10 years ago.
Yeah, no, I'm saying Seifert probably coached the
The longest.
ago
Yeah.
of all of these guys.
Holmgren was coaching in
Holmgren was coaching. Holmgren coached the Seahawks in the Super Bowl that they played against the
that was 15
Steelers.
Yeah.
No. They played the Steelers in 04 or 05 or whatever.
It hasn't been 30 years. That's my point.
No, it's been it's been like 20 years for
So
Holmgren.
my point is maybe some of these guys that are, but I would think the voters, the guys who vote on this, are
it's Holmgren,
crusty old men like us, aren't they?
Are Holmgren and Mike McCarthy just the same person? Or can we just put them in together?
Mike Mahomgren Carthy.
Mike Mahomgren Carthy.
Well, we just change Mike's name to Hike.
Yeah, Hike
Mahomgren.
Hike and Holmgren going in.
Hike McHolmgren.
Hike McHolmgren going into the Hall of Fame in the special name category.
Hike McHolmgren. There you go.
And I mean, you can make the same argument that Shanahan just took Bill Walsh's system, but all these guys, Shanahan's, I think, in important part because of the family tree that he's grown into the,
of course.
the NFL.
His son is an amazing coach.
He is hateable, though. He looks like Willard the Rat. He is kind of a douche. And back then, I hated LA so much.
More hateable than Nick Sirianni?
I don't hate Sirianni.
He's a jerk, but he wins.
I like him way more than the coach who wore the visor for all those years on the Eagles.
Who's the Denver coach who later on coached the Giants?
Dan Reeves.
Dan
Reeves. So taking your Giants fandom at it.
I mean, I just got to look at our website and Harry's bio. I mean, Harry's in Denver because of the trade with Dan Reeves.
Okay.
So taking your hatred of or your love of the Giants out of the mix, who's more dislikable or who's less likable, Shanahan or Reeves?
Well, Reeves, I think, was very likable, kind of a gentleman, almost a Landry cohort.
Reeves is very nice. I met Dan Reeves and had a nice conversation with him.
I think behind closed doors, Reeves was tough, but he never showed it outright. And I think Shanahan was a pretty classy act too. It's just there's something about his intensity and his facial expression.
He always looked pissed.
He always looked like his blood pressure was about to squirt out of his ears.
Something was bothering him all the time.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it was.
Right.
So me, Shanahan and Seifert, Harry, Schottenheimer rather. Schottenheimer and Seifert, Harry, Holmgren and Schottenheimer.
Right.
And John.
I'm on
Team Harry.
Harry, yeah. I would pull Holmgren out and put Seifert in, but the three of us are in lockstep on Belichick, Coughlin, and Shanahan. So, all right, throw up the just a quickie for a second. I got one for you, really quick.
Just a quickie. Again.
I'm going back to it. You just want to see this.
Nice, very good. All right, that's it. I just want to see it again. Now, Ken, really quick. How many head coaches were first ballot Hall of Famers as coaches? Obviously, how many head coaches were first ballot Hall of
Famers? Pete looks a lot better.
I may change this to my. I'll just put this instead of.
Stop teasing me like that,
Pete. I've never seen you like this before.
Yeah,
well,
great.
I've been working out. What can I tell you?
I don't know, but I'm guessing less than five.
Less than five. Pete,
what was the question? Sorry, I was concentrating on shutting the camera off.
How many coaches were first ballot Hall of Famers?
How many head coaches were first ballot Hall of Famers? NFL.
In the history of the Hall of Fame?
Mm-hmm.
3.
You say 3, and Harry says less than 5. So obviously 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
Say, you're both wrong. It's 6.
Okay, so that's close.
6.
We're both close.
All right. Throw out a couple names. Throw out a couple names. See if you get any of them.
Mm-hmm.
First,
Don Shula.
Don Shula's 1.
Lombardi.
We have Vince Lombardi.
Vince Lombardi's 2.
Bill Parcells.
No.
Hank Stram. Hank Stram.
Hank Stram's not. No.
Who coaches Steelers? Chuck Noll.
Chuck Noll is 3.
Tom Landry.
Tom Landry's 4.
Bill Walsh.
And you got to go back.
Bill
way
Walsh.
back for these
Way
ownership.
back.
Not Bill Walsh.
No.
Newt Rockne.
Before the 70s?
Yes.
Who was the coach of the Giants way back in the day?
Nope, it's not him.
No.
Steve Owen, Jim Lee Howell? No.
No. Not the
How
Bears.
about- I don't know if he
First
was
Bears coach, whatever his name was.
Who was that?
The Bears coach back in the day. What was
What's his name?
I can't remember.
Papa Bear.
Yeah.
Hallis.
George Hallis is 5.
Yeah.
One more. Got to
But,
go a little north from Soldier Field.
Is it Green Bay?
Minnesota?
Green Bay coach?
And that being?
We already said him.
No.
Vince Lombardi.
No.
Wait, is it Green Bay or Minnesota?
Green Bay. Stadium's named after him.
Lambeau.
Curly
Rich.
Lambeau.
Curly.
Rich Lambeau.
Yeah.
Curly Lambeau.
Billy Bob Lambeau.
Billy Bob Lambeau. George Hallis, Curly Lambeau, Vince Lombardi, Tom Landry, Chuck Noll, and Don Shula. Those are the.
I was George Walsh. Bill Walsh, not a.
He was not a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, this just. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to be again. If Belichick's not, who? That would be really funny if, who's won one Super Bowl? I don't know. Who's the guy that used to coach Seattle and went to the Raiders and shit the bed? He's like 100.
Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll. That'd be great if Pete Carroll becomes the first ballot.
Yeah. Listen, maybe part of it is these guys who vote, they can't live forever, right? So maybe there's
and they probably
younger
when
guys
they started the Hall of Fame. No,
but then the younger ones come up, and remember, as Harry said earlier, history started at the year 2000. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you got guys like
you're gone.
I would imagine
Dungy and stuff.
I would imagine that the average age of the Hall of Fame voters are older than we are.
I would still think that's true, but maybe not for a whole lot longer.
No, well, of course not.
Well, yeah. Well, as far as the majority,
as they get younger and we get older, we'll cross.
Yeah, regardless of our age, but yeah. All right, all right. Let's do a little over-under, I guess.
I didn't know Lambeau was a coach. That's
Curly Lambeau was.
I did know that, but that was 1920s.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
I forget what my over/under was.
Wonder if Jesus Christ would get in on the first ballot.
You know what? With the Hall of Fame voters, probably not.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's do Are They For Real instead. I forget what my over/under was. So
over.
You said it before.
I don't know. I forget what it was. Maybe it'll come to me.
It'll come to you.
We forgive you.
Yeah, maybe, perhaps. So here we go.
What is real?
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
Pretty sure none of that's real.
You're not real. For real, for real, for real. Yeah. What is real?
Okay. Are they for real? It's a football edition. And first up, we're going to talk about new NFL head coaches.
God, I can't keep up. I need a spreadsheet.
I made a spreadsheet. Has all
I love it. I want a graphic, a Pistol Pete,
head coaches and
a radio Pistol Pete,
OCs
graphic.
and DCs, and where they left from, or where they went. Did they get a new job? Who replaced them? All that stuff. I made a spreadsheet, and it's still confusing. So, new head coaches. Will they have a better first year with their new teams than their predecessor had their final
previous year?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the predecessor had in their what?
In their
previous year.
In their last year. Okay.
Yeah.
Will they have a better record this upcoming year
than they did?
That
this
team
did the year before.
This year.
Yeah. Exactly. So let's start with Johnny Harbaugh.
Over.
God, I hope so.
It's Are They For Real? If you think they're for real, they're going to have a better record. If they're not for real, it'll be equal or worse.
Well, I'll answer for John when it comes to Harbaugh. He's real and he's spectacular.
He's real and he's spectacular.
Very nice. I'm going to say real, too. I think I don't think it's 8-win territory, but I think.
Hey, what we got to do is get
what they have?
6.
4 or 5 this year?
4.
They had 4, and they should have had 9.
Oh, here we go.
Is Harry? Yeah.
Well, no, if they don't shit the bed in the last 2 minutes of 5 games, they're 9 and 8.
Yeah, yeah. And if it wasn't for 4
But they were
plays,
consistent with that.
the Ravens would have gone to 3 other Super Bowls.
That's right.
For 4 drop passes.
If it wasn't for
Harry, what do you
Anyway,
say?
it wasn't for me being fat and ugly, I'd be a movie star.
They're real.
Harry, you going real more than 4? Or are you going to stick
Oh yeah,
to 4?
yeah.
All right, Harry's breaking from tradition here. All right, Stefanski.
Atlanta. What
What is Atlanta was better than we thought, weren't they? What was Atlanta?
They were 8-9.
Yeah. In that division,
they were the spoiler that kept Tampa Bay out of the playoffs.
I'm gonna say real.
I don't. Who's Atlanta? Who's he going to put in the quarterback? Is it going to be Penix or is he going to go back?
It's going to be Penix. I think you see. I think you're going to. Honestly, I think you're going to see Kirk Cousins on the Jets.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I'd be fine with that.
I'm going to say no. I don't think they win more than 8 games. I don't think they win 9 games.
John, you're saying yes?
I'm saying yes. It's for. I mean, I think it's 9, but I also say that because of the division they're in.
True.
Yeah, maybe they were all 9 and 8, not 8.
They might be on the way up. Well, Tampa's, wavering a little bit, and
yeah. I'm gonna go no. I think they're gonna be maybe the same or slightly less. And then final one is a few years removed from his previous head coaching job, but Robert Saleh.
God, I have no idea.
The Titans. Will he have?
Oh yeah, no, for real.
Well, what did they win? 2 games?
It won 5 games.
5
games?
games?
4 games.
I don't know what his last year with the Jets was, though.
Oh, you're saying his
coach.
Predecessor, though.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Bit of a change with this one. Will he have a better year with Tennessee? His first year, than his last year with the Jets.
Oh,
what was his record the last year?
Yeah, 7.
I don't know. Why would I look?
Last year with the Jets, they didn't. No, it's last year with the Jets. He only had a half a season.
Yeah.
All right, so then let's do it the other way.
Yeah, let's keep it the same.
Yeah, okay.
They don't play in the toughest division, but is he going to be the difference maker in them being able to finish games?
But they won 3, right?
4, right?
4.
So will they win 5 games?
3. Maybe they won 3.
I'll be optimistic and say they'll win 5 games.
I think they'll win. I think they'll win 5 or 6 games.
They won 3. They were 3-14.
Oh yeah, they definitely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, for real. I'm for real.
Can I say something really quick on Saleh? I thought he did such a great job this year as a DC.
With what he had to work with.
I don't know why he would go.
He wants to be a head coach.
I know, but he's not.
Well, we don't know that.
Not yet.
Because the team he was the head coach of, we can't use for a measuring stick.
Yes, well,
Yeah.
almost all New York teams, it's a tough
like who's
judging,
the last successful New York Jets head coach?
The Jets, it's hard
Rex Ryan.
The Jets really are hard to, every time they make, it's just like, oh God, what?
But he was also not good as their head coach. You know what I mean?
I agree. But
it wasn't like this is just a team that has no talent and they can't compete with Buffalo and they can't compete with.
What a saga! Doesn't that seem like it's 10 years ago? The whole Aaron Rodgers and Saleh and man, they had sauce back then.
Brutal.
It was brutal.
All right. Last one. This is maybe this was the over/under. It doesn't really work out that way. Anyway, who's more for real? Cleveland Browns quarterback for the 2026 season, Shedeur Sanders or the field? Who's more real, Shedeur?
Well, we'll never get this. We'll never get this
anyone
right.
else?
Yeah, we'll never get
starting
this right.
quarterback.
You talking Pro Bowl quarterback, Shedeur Sanders?
Pro Bowl.
That threw 2 picks in a flag football game.
Well, but he now threw a touchdown pass to him.
I'll tell you what. I will say this. I think
Sanders
Sanders has a lot of potential, but he needs the right team around him and the right coach.
I
think they're going to ride Sanders.
I do too. I think they're going to ride Sanders.
Who is?
I think he's their best option. I think he
God,
proved that he's a little better than Gabriel right now.
Todd Monken is the coach.
Todd Monken should have been the Giants' offensive coordinator, but he's.
I think
Monken. Yeah, he won't. He's.
Who's he going to bring in?
No, right, but that's what I'm saying. He's got to be like, I don't give a fuck.
They're not going to go back on the carousel. They don't have a pick high enough where they can go get one of the only 3.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. He's going to come in and go, hey, let's start the kid. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah.
Let's see what he's got.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. So yeah, so it's
so you guys are going Shador.
And you know what?
I'm
going to say something here which is unpopular because people love to shit on Sanders, and I get it. Props to Shador Sanders, man. He went through a lot of crap, and he is now a starting quarterback in the NFL, which I did not see coming after where he was drafted and where he was in the order on that team. So good for Shador. I hope he has some success. I really do.
There you go. All right. Cool.
Yeah, that is. Are they for real? I don't remember what the over/under was.
Oh, well, I'm just going to say over.
Yeah, I'll go over too.
All right, I'll make one.
Let's all go over.
So whatever you think of, you can apply it to it, and we can do it. We can bring it back up on Sunday.
I do miss when you used to count your pills.
Yeah, I have too many
and
bottles
paper
now.
clips.
I have too many bottles.
I have a certain amount of staples in my hand.
In my stomach.
Harry has a couple skills. Counting things in small containers he's pretty good at.
Yeah.
And knowing how many games the Giants are going to win next year.
That's about that's it's on my resume.
Yeah, so.
All right.
Well,
the great giant prognosticator.
That is, are they for real?
That is all they for real. All right.
Hot takes?
Hot takes.
Or do we want? Yeah, hot takes.
Or do we want to what?
I think that's good, right?
Yeah, I think
maybe to touch on the NBA otherwise, but.
Yeah. Well, all I was going to say with the NBA was just that. What are your thoughts on Giannis and Draymond Green? But for now, as far as I know, since we've been on the show, oh my God, 1 minute and 20 seconds left, and it's tied 106.
Yeah.
But we can talk about that in the next show, which will be more basketball related after they get traded, if they get traded. So there you go.
Right.
So because who knows what? Because the Bucks are looking for a huge windfall, and who knows if anybody's going to give it to them. And yeah. So all right. Yeah, I'm good with going. I'm good with moving on. We got Winter Olympics hot takes.
Oh.
Hot takes.
All right. These are all Winter Olympics related, and we'll go back and forth. Harry will go first on the first one. Pete will go first on the second one. So forth.
Write these down. Oh no,
you don't have to write them down. Just
that's for
have at it. Right. First one is skiing or curling.
Skiing.
I gotta go curling.
All right. And there you go. All right. Pete, you're first on this one. Bobsled or luge?
Bobsled.
Bobsled for Pete.
Bobsled.
Both of you. All right.
I don't like watching their feet in those.
What's the other one that's even crazier? Skeleton? Is that what
Skeleton?
It's
called? Skeleton. That's where you just stick a blade up your ass and just
and go for it. It's
a butt plug skate.
Right.
Yeah. You put some oil on your gloves, and that's
the reason why they call it that is because it actually attaches to your skeleton.
Right.
You have to have like a socket inserted, and then they screw the blade in there.
There's just a guy with a jar of Vaseline.
All right, you ready? And they shove it in, and you go. It's just like
It certainly do.
Before you change your mind, they have to get you on the course right away.
A little secret: as soon as it's shoved in, you're going.
Yeah, before you come to your senses, like I'm not doing this.
Screw this! Oh no, there you go.
I think they should combine biathlon and the bobsled, or not the bobsled, the luge. So you got a guy with a shot.
As you're going down on the luge.
Yeah.
Actually, how about if they put another guy with a shotgun behind the target?
Yes. Or side by side, and
who shoots back at the biathletes?
Absolutely. Yeah. Now we're talking.
Now you're talking.
Lindsey Vonn would just be like, "Fuck this! You can shoot me. I'm going down."
All right, there you go. All right. Next one, Harry, you're first on this one. Hockey or speed skating?
Oh, hockey.
All right, Pete.
Look in the Olympics here. I'll say speed skating.
All right. There we go. Pete, first on this one. Downhill skiing or ski jump?
Ooh. Ski jump is largely boring.
It is. It's
Every
good for like
run starts out exciting, but then by the time they land and you see the number, there's like a handful of jumps that you go, wow. So
we were conditioned by ski jumping based on the beginning of Wide World of
Wild World
Sport.
Sports, yeah, the agony of defeat.
But the downhill, every run is exciting.
Yeah.
All right.
Although, the real question is, what has greater potential for disaster?
Well,
you'd think it was the ski jumping, but when people, Lindsey Vonn just hurt herself again. I don't know what the hell she was doing.
She's going to ski.
She destroyed her ACL, and
she has no ACL, and she's going to ski.
Yeah, well, half her knee is made of titanium.
It's got to be one huge brace that she's.
But if they go out and then they hit that stupid netting and the ski gets caught in it and their leg ends up.
Well, apparently, from what I hear now, they have airbags.
Oh, that bit. See, okay, that's good. So then, ski jumping definitely greater potential for disaster, but I'll still take the downhill.
All right, Harry.
Downhill.
Downhill. All right. All right. Back to Harry first. Freestyle skiing, like moguls or aerials, or cross country skiing.
Oh. Anything but cross country skiing.
Mm-hmm. So freestyle.
Sure.
All right, Pete.
Do they have breakdancing in the Winter Olympics?
On skis?
On skis.
I should. I will say this about those two sports. The moguls, physically impressive, no question about that. I mean, they're both physically impressive. But again, same thing. Most of the runs are kind of
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Cross country, on the other hand,
there's a good chance somebody might die.
There's a possibility. But I will tell you, two of the most exciting Olympic finishes to an event I have ever seen were cross country. Now, there was a long way to get there because they go so far.
You're an interesting man.
But I'm just telling you, it was riveting to watch these two people neck and neck at the end for the last 600 yards.
6 hours.
It was. No, because all of that before was boring. But that's another thing that's great about it. You don't have to watch the whole thing.
I think they should have to make a snowman in the middle.
There you go.
That's the biathlon. The biathlon junior. But
it's a triathlon.
The end of cross country, when two people are just pumping for the finish in their neck and neck, is one of the most exciting things in the Olympics. But everything up to that point beforehand in that event, you could kind of skip, but you could skip it. You go, all right, well, this is going to end roughly around here, so let me set my watch for 15 minutes before.
There you go.
And then you can hopefully see an exciting end.
So which one you taking?
So I'll take cross country.
All right. There you go.
By the way,
moguls, they all look the same, and it's just,
There's got to be somewhere somebody must have had a swingers party that was called the biathlon.
God,
it's a 3-day event.
Oh my God! All right,
it's the Burning Man of threesomes.
Burning Man. There you go. All right, last one. Pete, you're first on this one. Actually skiing, and this is personal. Actually skiing, or just sitting in a lodge with a drink.
Believe it or not, before I was huge and fat with bad knees. I enjoyed skiing very much.
I didn't like skiing, but now that I am, I love it.
Now that I am, I love sitting in the lodge. I enjoyed skiing very much. We used to pile a restaurant I worked Mondays. We were off, and we used to pile like 6 or 8 people in my van and drive about 2 hours and go skiing. So I enjoyed it very much. One time I did tweak my knee though, and I had to spend a couple of hours in the lodge. That was nice too. But I will take skiing.
Skiing. All right, Harry.
Oh, I'm a lodge guy.
There you go. I love skiing too. I haven't done it in years, or since I tore my meniscus years ago. But
yeah, I wouldn't even attempt it now. Obviously.
Yeah, I wouldn't now. If anything, I'd have to put a brace on my one knee that I tore my patella tendon on. But I would not do what I did. I would just Well, very. I just go out there and tour. That's it.
Second time I ever went skiing, I drove with my housemate Chris, and we drove up to Hunter Mountain, and it was a blizzard. We were driving in the blizzard in his car, and it was incredibly stupid. But we got there, and I'd only been skiing once before, and we get on the lift and go up, and it was early in the season, and it was great. No one was there because of the blizzard. I mean, there were people there, but it was not crowded, and like a Thursday afternoon. But it was early in the season, and the lift was not stopping at the intermediate. Like you couldn't get off there.
It kept going straight up to the top.
It kept going up. So the second time I ever went skiing, I had to ski down like the Black Diamond Hill. And Chris was an incredible skier. He used to work as a ski patrol. And he's like, all right, I'm going over to the Double Diamond. And I'm like, one of the few falling every 18 feet and cursing the gods. One of the few times in my life I ever lost my actual sense of humor. But it didn't stop me from going back. Probably made me a better skier by the end of the day. Just at least one who could survive.
Yeah, that's funny. I loved skiing. I used to go constantly. Hunter was great. Used to go to Hunter all the time. I try to get up to Vermont as much as I could. And in all the years since that gentleman has been out in Colorado, not once have I gotten out there and skied out in Colorado.
Well, that's a whole different.
You know, it's even crazier. I've never skied in my life.
That's a whole different animal out there.
But Hunter was great. The last 2 times I was at Hunter Mountain was for a beer fest, not skiing.
Yeah, I mean, certainly from what I know of that area, they made the most of having a venue that really was formerly only open for at most half the year, and they're like, we can have mountain biking festivals, and we can have beer fests, and I think they do zip lining there and stuff like that. So
they do. Yeah, a lot of ski areas do that. We did that. We used to Killington. We used to go to Killington in Vermont all the time, and they had skiing. I mean, their skiing went from October to April, sometimes even May, because it was cold enough to make snow or at least have spring conditions. And then they'd have there's a bunch of tennis courts there, and they have mountain biking and hiking and everything else. So it was a year-round resort. So it was really cool. But anyway, all right, that's it for hot takes.
All right.
One thing I wanted. No, we'll do it on Super Bowl Sunday. I was going to say we could review our previous picks, but we're not picking today.
No,
so we don't have to do that. So
do it on Sunday. There you go.
We'll do it on Sunday. Yeah, the Olympics starts in 2 days, by the way, folks.
I think it starts tomorrow, technically.
Opening ceremony.
Yeah, it's in Italy, so
there's some things going on tomorrow, but the opening ceremonies are Friday. So
there we go.
But we'll be having.
What is the time difference between here and Italy?
5 hours or 6 hours? I think it's 6 hours.
Plus or minus?
8 for me.
Plus. So right now it's like 3:38 a.m. in Italy right now.
Yeah. So we'll have to. So no, that won't be so bad. It'll be in the afternoon when most of the stuff is going on.
Afternoon, and they'll replay some stuff in the evenings, and then there you go.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. I mean,
I like the Winter Olympics better than the Summer Olympics. I do. I like certain things about the Summer Olympics, but overall I like the Winter Olympics better than the Summer Olympics.
Yeah, I do too. And if you're talking about sports and stuff, the Olympics probably, at least as far as here in this country, probably amongst the best, like the least tarnished, the least corrupted. I know they have corruption scandals and stuff, but you can still watch the Olympics, other than the gymnastics and the Russian judges, you can still watch the Olympics. And at least for me, I don't find myself constantly going, oh, what? Come on. What the fuck is that? Like you do with the NFL and the NBA and stuff.
Right. Exactly.
There's still, at least for me, it's still pure, if you will.
Who's the really horrible umpire in Major League Baseball? The Angel
Hernandez.
He's a judge for the figure skating this year.
Oh, lovely.
Actually, he's
going to sit there though with his full, garb on.
I think he's got a court show too.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
Judge Angel. Yeah,
Judge Angel. Does he really?
And he's in the gear.
Yeah, he's in the gear. You're out.
You're behind the bench.
Sitting behind the bench with the chest.
May I approach and kick dirt on you?
Yeah, they give every defendant a little clump of dirt.
There's a home plate right outside of the stand where you.
If you're not in the box, I will not listen to your argument.
That's right. Can I step outside of the box to fix my batter's gloves?
And he goes, what are they? Judgment for the defendant.
Yeah.
You're out of here. I might actually watch that.
Yeah.
Strike three. I would tune in once or twice.
Yeah, during the proceedings, one side makes a really good point. Strike two against the other guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I like that idea. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I think we combine sports and the law. Why not?
Okay. It's the next newest thing on the Freeform.
Yeah, Freeform TV USA.
TV USA. All right.
So I guess that'll do it.
That'll do it. Sunday, our annual Super Bowl show, 12 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Mountain. Tune in. It's gonna be a fun show. It always is, and we'll have a bunch of fun stuff to do on Super Bowl Sunday, and we'll obviously have our picks and some other things as well. So tune in. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, tune in. Take a break from the 19 hours of pre-Super Bowl coverage, which starts at 2:30 in the morning on Saturday.
John will be dressing as Bad Bunny.
Well, I wore this tonight just to honor the Giants, but I will on Sunday.
Mark Bavaro.
It's Mark Bavaro. Yeah, on Sunday I will wear the jersey and cap of the team I think will be winning.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
So do you have a Seahawks jersey?
I have Seahawks and Patriots caps and jerseys.
Of course you do. You still buying your stuff from the guy that out of the pickup in the back of the flea market over there?
The guy with the Chevy.
When I need a new one, I
freehold free market.
I have dialed way back on that. It's just the only jerseys I get now are jerseys I want.
Do you and Jess ever wear matching jerseys and go out on the town?
Never.
You guys fight over the village budget versus the jersey purchase budget.
Are there ever any tiny jerseys for the village?
I do not fight over the village budget. I'll leave it at that.
There's no George Martin figurine that
well, look, I will try
lives in Christmas Village. There's no Otis Anderson doll.
I will try and find some Christmas Village editions that have Giants jerseys on them.
Phil Simms commemorative.
If I can find a Giants Caganeers, I'm sending it your way.
Absolutely.
Or Jets. Jess likes the Jets. So.
She does like the Jets. We do have a couple of Giants pieces for the village. We don't have any Jets.
But if I find one with the Giants, then it's for both of them at the same time.
There you go. Exactly.
I don't want either of them to hate me.
Giants for me, Village for her.
There we go.
Right. There you go.
So tune in Sunday.
As they like to say in their Reddit group chat, they're village people.
Yeah. There you
go. Bye, everybody.
Right. See ya.
Oh, look, looks like I have 6 fingers.
Look at you. Stop bragging.
And I'm going to use all of them, baby.
Thank you all for watching. For those of you listening to the audio podcast, a passel of thanks for listening. You're all really swell. Like and follow us on all our social media. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Just search for the Get On With It podcast. All of our shows are available on YouTube at the Lager Room channel. Just click the live tab to reach the show archive. The video podcast is live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook every other Wednesday, starting sometime between 7 and 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can find the audio podcasts on our host, Spreaker, as well as your favorite audio platform. If you haven't already, quit your dilly-dallying and subscribe so you will never miss a show. Thanks again for joining us. Have a great rest of your week and watch lots of sports. For the boys, this is Harry Hansen saying see you in a fortnight.